Okay guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I will tell you guys how you can set up KPIs for your sales or marketing team in HubSpot CRM. This is luckily extremely simple. I am personally not a big fan of HubSpot CRM. However, their dashboard and automation capabilities are unmatched. They are super robust, super easy to use. So it will be a pleasure for me to show you how you can set up these KPIs in your CRM so you can see the performance of your sales team and marketing team and so on. So first, let's take a look at our contact profiles that I created for recording this video. So obviously some test or fake contact profiles because I cannot show you our real customer data. So the idea is if you want to set up a KPI, say a marketing KPI, you basically need three components. First, you need a data source. Then you need some filter steps so we can use those filter steps to calculate the KPI that we want to calculate or we want to set up. And third, we need a dashboard where we can display the results of that KPI. Okay, so our data source can be a contact profile, just like these ones you're seeing on my screen. It can be a deal profile or some other profile that you can find in your CRM. For now, I will just use contact profiles. Then I will try to set up a very simple booked appointment KPI so you can see how many booked appointments or discovery calls booked in total. So super easy. Now let me pull up one of these. Let's look at Tom Cruise contact profile just to give you an idea of what these look like. Our contact profile is, like I said, is basically a data source where we can store some information related to the prospect, right? So we have their first name and last name, their email address, their phone number, their lead status. This could be discovery call booked, or maybe qualified call booked, or demo booked, or demo one, any of these statuses that you might have in your business. Contact owner, that's me. And we got some other custom fields here. Custom fields are basically some pieces of information that we want to collect from our prospects, so we can look at them whenever we want to, or we can use that information to set up KPIs just like the one that I'm about to set up in this video. So now that you have a good understanding of what data sources or contact profiles are, I can move on to the next step, which is setting up a report. So these KPIs are basically called as reports in HubSpot CRM. So all you need to do is basically you can hover over this icon and you will see the reports tab here. You can click on that and then you will see this page. From here you can just click on create report button, and let's click on next button, and we will choose primary data source. Is going to be contacts. Next, that's going to be enough for now. It's very easy. I really enjoy setting up KPIs in HubSpot CRM because, like I said, it's super accurate. So based on the data and contact profiles we have, one of the KPIs that we can set up is, like I mentioned earlier in the video, is seeing how many discovery calls we got on our calendar, on our sales team's calendar, for example. So we have 4 fake lead profiles here, and as you can see, we have lead statuses. So if I pull up Tom Cruise lead profile again, we can basically say if the lead status equals discovery call booked, then count this contact profile towards this KPI. Okay, and the KPI will scan all the contact profiles we have in our CRM, and it will basically show the number of contact profiles that matches this criteria, the requirement or filter step. So to do that, all we need to do is we'll come on here. So this is the KPI editor. Okay, on the right side we will see the results displayed in a moment, and here we have these x-axis, y-axis, the details, and on the far left we have we have this vertical bar where all the custom fields are displayed. I will type in lead statuses here, and then I will drag these custom fields on. Okay, wait. I first need to click on this KPI button. So we have different options here, as you can see. So I think it's not KPI. Well, I think it's this one. Yeah, this is the right one, values. So as you can see, we have different options here. We have horizontal bar, area or line, line chart, and pies, all these other graphical charts that you can choose. For now, we just want to see a number. That's why selecting this KPI option is going to be sufficient. And okay, and I'm recording this video to teach you how you can set up KPIs, but I'm making a bunch of mistakes here. So for example, the mistake I just made is, instead of selecting the lead status custom field here, I was supposed to choose the count. I think it's called count, something count. Let's see, count, yeah, contacts, basically the number of contacts. So the idea is, let's click on filters first. We need to define the filters first, okay? So the lead status, because we want to see the number of contacts in discovery called booked lead status, we will say lead status is any of, let's see, it should be any of here, and then I will select the lead status that I just mentioned, which is discovery called booked, okay, and then apply. And there's one more thing, contact owner. I also want to apply this filter, and the contact owner should be, I can select is any of again. It should be me, okay? So me is that property is dynamically populated by HubSpot software, so it's my account basically, so my user profile. So if the contact owner is my user profile and the lead status on the contact profile is discovery called booked, then show us the number of contacts in this KPI, okay? And so now I just dragged and dropped the contact count here under the values title, and as you can see, we have 3 contact profiles that match these filters we define here. Very easy, very straightforward, and this is always going to show us accurately the right number of contact profiles, unless we make changes to our custom fields, to our contact owner custom field, or our this other filter step here we define, which is lead status. So this is extremely convenient and easy to use. So to make this more tangible, let me name this, so we can name our report or KPI, in other words. Here, let's say discovery calls, okay? And I will hit save report button, discovery calls, and I will, let's see, add to new dashboard. Well, let's click on don't add to a dashboard for now, and I will hit next and save. And from here, I will go back to my dashboard, which I created just for this video, and I will try to add that report that I just set up in front of you guys to this dashboard. So create dashboard actions. Let's see, that should be like add content here, report, and from here I will find my discovery calls KPI. Here we go, add to dashboard, and we should see the same one. I hope that's not just some other KPI that I set up in the past. Yeah, here we go. Let's delete this one. Discovery calls. Discover calls, oh my gosh. Discovery calls, okay, update existing KPI. Sorry about that. And let me close this bar. Let me try this again. Report discovery. Stay at 154. Yeah, I think this is the right one. Add to dashboard. Here we go. So this is how easily you can set up KPIs, marketing or sales KPIs, in your HubSpot CRM. If I click on this number 3, we'll be shown the contact profiles that are contributed towards this KPI, okay, or that are counted towards this KPI. So Elon Musk, Tom Cruise, Cristiano Ronaldo. If I hit Cristiano Ronaldo's link, you will see I'm the contact owner, and his lead status is discovery called booked. So we can see these values on the contact profile we just looked at match the filters we define here. Hence, he's part of, or this contact profile is part of our KPI. So if I go back to the dashboard, yep, let's hit that X button. So in a nutshell, this is how you can set up KPIs, marketing or sales KPIs in your HubSpot CRM. like I mentioned, super straightforward. You just need to utilize the right custom fields for the right use cases, and from there you can easily see the health and performance of your sales team, of your business, of your marketing team. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments section below. Have a great rest of your day. Happy scaling.